Okay, guys, so right now I want to go on to a new topic, and that topic is going to deal with glass walls and outdoor space versus indoor space. Okay? So, one of the things that I want you guys to understand is that when you're looking at a building, right, there is air conditioned, heated, cooled indoor space, but then there are also areas that are covered by the roof that are outdoors, right? So, like when you guys go out the steps over here, there's that messy ass patio that's right there where all the construction stuff takes place, and there's always people smoking in there that are not supposed to be smoking in there. And there's all that sort of, little pieces of concrete and dirt and, Enzo's paint job from last night and half a dozen other things in there, right? If it's downpouring rain, you could be standing there and you're not going to get wet because it's completely covered, right? It's part of the mass of the building. If you were in a helicopter and you look down at the building, it would look like, oh, well, that's part of the building. But when you got down lower, you would see, well, that's not inside the building, it's just under the roof. So for your terminal building, you're going to have a similar condition. You're going to have a condition where there is going to be part of the building that is going to be under roof cover but outdoors, right? And then there's going to be another portion that's going to be actually enclosed in glass indoors. Okay? So to use an example in our building, most of you have come in through the main entrance at the center of the building, right? Basically, when you're standing right in front of the doors outside, the roof is over top of you, so you're not getting wet, right? So you are outdoors but under the roof. But set in from the edge of the roof is a glass wall that goes all the way to the roof, right? And so that glass wall creates the envelope, that's the official word, between indoors and out. So right now, we're going to kind of use one of the forms that we've already created, just a simple one, okay? And we're going to put in a glass wall envelope that will divide the area so that we have a covered outdoor area, right? An indoor area and another covered outdoor area at the other end, okay? So let me take a look at which one of these we want to use. I think I'm going to try this one right now. That one's the one that... Well, for the purposes of argument, I'm just going to use one of these old ones over here. Okay? This one right there. So I'm going to make a copy of it. So click it. Oops, it's a bunch of pieces, huh? All right, let me select it. First of all, join it all together. And then I should be able to copy it so that we can work with it. Okay? So here goes. I'm going to move that thing over. And I'm going to just kind of pull it off to the side over in here away from all this stuff. I'm going to keep reinforcing something that I want you guys to be aware of. Okay? If you zoom in on something and Rhino's not zooming in, Isabel, up here. And Rhino's not zooming in, just try typing in zoom or Z and do a window around the object. All right, that'll put that object kind of at the center of the field of reference. I've mentioned this a few times, but I want you guys to be aware of it. All right, so that we can see what we're doing, I'm going to switch to ghosted mode. That way we can see inside of the little building. Okay. All right, so what I want to do is I want to put in a window wall here and here that's going to allow me to create covered outdoor areas and then indoor areas. All right, and I'm going to do it in a very simple format. I'm going to just create a plane and rotate it into position and then just trim it by the object. So here goes. I'm going to use the the four-sided rectangle tool, and I'm just going to make a great big old plane right here. And I'm actually going to put it on its own layer. I'm going to create a layer called glass. I'm going to make the glass so that it's kind of a bottle green color or something like that. Okay, and make it my current layer. So here goes. I'm I'm just going to create a big rectangle. And you could do it by going surface, plane, corner to corner if you want. Okay, so that thing is sitting flat on the ground. And what I want to do is I want to rotate it up and position it so that it's crisscrossing through here. All right, so here it goes. I'm going to rotate it up. You know, for now, I'm going to do this very conventionally, which with the wall going straight up and down so that you guys understand it more clearly. So I'm going to say 90. Okay. And it happens to be purple on the other side, so that's the back face color. So, all right, so now the next thing I need to do is I need to kind of make it so that this thing is slicing through the little terminal building part. All right, so there it is, slicing through the thing. I need to rotate it a little bit this way. Maybe a little more. Okay, so there you guys can clearly see that there is a sheet that's literally slicing through the object, correct? That sheet is what I'm going to refer to as the glass. Let me put it in shaded mode so it's a little clearer. Okay, so here goes. I'm going to go ahead and split this by the building. So split that by the building. I can now delete this, and I now have a glass wall inside of there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. So let me undo that and undo that. I'm going to copy this back. I'm going to hold down the Alt key. So I've got two areas right here. There's one, there's the other. So I'm going to take both of these and split them by that. All right, let's try that now. So split this and this by the building. Then I'm going to delete those two. All right, and so now when I look at it, I've got, let me switch back to ghosted. This area in the middle here, okay, is the conditioned area. It is the indoor area, okay? But if it's downpouring rain and I buy my ticket, and let's say this is in like Florida where it's really humid or something, and I basically walk outside, I'm not going to get wet out here, right? Because I'm under the cover. So this is forming like a covered sort of patio or waiting area. All right, same thing at this end. This could form sort of an entryway, right, that allows me to walk up to the building and open the double doors that might be there and pass through to the inside. Okay? So if you wanted to, you could actually cut the doors open so that it becomes more like of a visible thing. So let's just go ahead and do that so that it clarifies that. All right? So what I'm going to do is, just for the heck of it, I'm going to make like a double door line so that I can cut them out of the previous one. So I'm going to use this line here and shift at 7 feet. Or no, go 7, just type in 7 feet and tell the direction. I need my ortho turned on. All right, going, and actually, yeah, it'll work in the green color. The green color is a bad color against this background, so just so that you guys can see the line, I'm going to switch to the default layer. Okay, so here goes. 7 feet that way, 3 feet, or no, 6 feet for a pair of double doors this way, and I just did 6 inches, so let me do that again. 6 feet that way, 7 feet that way, and close. All right, so there is my double doors. I'll draw one more line so that it's clear for you guys. So that's like 2 doors. So I'm going to rotate them up. All right, and I need to align these on this face somewhere. So transform, align, or orient. Those things from there to there, and I'm going to orient them from there to there. Now I can move them. So transform, move from the midpoint there to the midpoint there. So there is a pair of double doors in the building, right? I can copy them to the other side also. So let me grab the doors and copy them. All right, transform, copy. I'm going to go from here to here. So I've got 2 sets of doors. Now if I want to, I can cut an opening there, or I can just say, okay, those are the doors. Okay? Do you guys understand what I just did there?
Where did you get the orient?
The orient tool we've been using when we've taken like triangles and put triangles next to each other. It's covered in about last 2 weeks ago. It was covered. Okay, but it's under transform, orient 2 or 3 points. Okay, I'll pause this, see if there's other questions about this. So there don't seem to be any questions. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to go ahead and start working on your actual project. So you've drawn your 5 buses, and you have your site already built. So you've got to locate your buses along an edge and create a canopy over top of them that completely covers the buses, yet has the polygonal forms. I'm also going to ask you to create your terminal building, and I'll be giving you guys some parameters for the terminal building. Okay? All right.